The once lavish lifestyle of Josh Duggar has taken yet another major hit behind bars. This time, the blow comes not from a legal motion or a new scandal, though those are never far behind, but from something more personal, more humiliating, and strangely more telling: a significant cut in his commissary privileges. Yes, reports have now emerged that Josh Duggar, once the golden boy of the ultra-conservative Duggar empire, has seen a drastic reduction in his commissary account usage. And the ripple effect from this seemingly small change reveals a heartbreaking unraveling of what's left of his influence, his support, and perhaps even his will to fight on. Let's unpack what's really going on here. Josh Duggar, serving a 12.5-year sentence in federal prison for possessing CSAM, has already seen much of his world collapse. From losing his lucrative public image, the support of some of his siblings, and the collapse of his marriage behind closed doors, every month behind bars has chipped away at his once dominating control. And now, it seems, even his access to snacks, toiletries, and the basic comforts of incarceration is being stripped away. Sources close to the prison system have revealed that Josh's commissary purchases have dropped dramatically. This isn't because Josh is choosing to live simply. It's because either his outside financial support has been cut off, or he's been subject to internal disciplinary actions that limit what he can buy. Either way, this is a huge red flag.
Why?
Because commissary is a lifeline in prison. It's where inmates buy hygiene products, phone time, snacks, and even writing materials. For someone like Josh, losing that access is a major blow to his morale, and a sign of something deeper unraveling. Let's start with the financial angle. Josh once lived in a massive Arkansas mansion with his wife Anna and their children, flaunted on national TV, and backed by lucrative TLC paychecks. But ever since his 2021 conviction, the money has stopped flowing. TLC cut ties with the Duggars. Sponsorships evaporated. Family businesses suffered. And now, it seems that financial strain is catching up, not just with the Duggar brand, but with Josh personally. Insiders have noted that Josh's commissary account has had significantly fewer deposits in recent months. That means fewer purchases of food, phone minutes, and items that make prison life tolerable. Anna Duggar, who has remained publicly loyal, is rumored to be under intense pressure and strain, juggling childcare, expenses, and now it appears to be a deliberate effort to scale back support for Josh. Could this be her way of slowly stepping back? Anna has visited Josh faithfully, even moving closer to the prison at one point. But recent sightings of Anna suggest she's become more withdrawn, more tired, and possibly less involved in managing his affairs. While she's not publicly voiced any dissatisfaction, there are whispers from Duggar insiders that she's begun spending more time with her own family and less obsessing over her incarcerated husband. So, if Anna is stepping back financially, is she also stepping back emotionally? That's the burning question fans and critics alike are asking. For years, Anna has stood by Josh's side through every public scandal, from the Ashley Madison leak to the child abuse image case. But everyone has a breaking point. And some believe that Anna's slow withdrawal of commissary support is symbolic of her pulling away from Josh altogether. But finances aren't the only reason Josh's commissary access may be shrinking. There's also growing speculation that Josh may be facing disciplinary action within the prison. Several reports from sources familiar with the facility suggest that Josh has had issues following rules and even been put in solitary confinement at least once. If true, this would severely limit his ability to access commissary or communicate with the outside world. Inmates under disciplinary review often lose privileges, including phone calls, email access, and, you guessed it, commissary spending. This paints a grim picture. If Josh is not only losing financial support but also the few privileges left to him inside, then his world is truly caving in. From being a pampered reality TV star with millions of fans to a disgraced inmate struggling to buy toothpaste, Josh's fall from grace is painful to watch. And it's not just his suffering. His children, his wife, and even his parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar, are all feeling the effects of this downfall. Interestingly, while Jim, Bob, and Michelle have remained largely silent on Josh's prison life, their behind-the-scenes actions speak volumes. Rumors have surfaced that Jim Bob has tightened financial support for Josh as well, opting to focus more on protecting the rest of the family brand. With several other Duggar children now married, starting families, and trying to distance themselves from Josh's shadow, the family is desperate to draw a line in the sand. Even more telling is that some Duggar siblings have completely cut off contact with Josh. Jill Duggar, who has long been estranged from the family, recently spoke out in her memoir about how Josh's crimes impacted her life. She's made it clear she no longer maintains any relationship with him. Jinger Duggar has also distanced herself from Josh, focusing instead on her new life in California. And even Anna Duggar, once seen as loyal to family unity, has stopped publicly supporting Josh in any way. So, what does that mean for Josh's future behind bars? The writing is on the wall. With less money flowing into his account, reduced family contact, and the possibility of prison rule violations, Josh's prison experience is likely to become even more grueling. And the loss of commissary access is more than just losing snacks. It symbolizes isolation, punishment, and a total collapse of outside support. In fact, some former inmates and prison consultants have shared that losing commissary can be psychologically devastating. It marks you as an inmate who's either lost outside support or is under punishment, and that can make you a target among other prisoners. It's also just plain demoralizing. When you can't buy a candy bar, a letter stamp, or shampoo, it's a clear reminder that your world has shrunk to nothing. And for someone like Josh, who is used to controlling his narrative, this must feel unbearable. Some speculate that this could push Josh to become more desperate, to try to manipulate those still in contact with him, to plead with Anna or his parents for money, or even to launch new legal appeals in hopes of a sentence reduction. But without public support or sympathy, and with a shrinking family circle, those efforts may fall flat. It's also possible that TLC and public watchdogs are keeping an eye on any movements behind the scenes. If any Duggar family member tried to re-monetize Josh's story, it would face swift backlash. That's why many believe the family is now quietly cutting him off to protect themselves and the future of their brand. But what about Josh himself? How is he handling this? Reports suggest that Josh has become more withdrawn and irritable in prison. Once trying to assert his authority among inmates as a former TV star, it seems that act is wearing thin. With his commissary privileges cut, he's no longer seen as someone with influence inside. Instead, he's just another inmate, forgotten, ignored, and slowly fading into obscurity. And maybe that's what makes this update so heartbreaking. Not because Josh Duggar deserves sympathy. His crimes were appalling, and justice needed to be served. But the slow erosion of his support system, the dwindling funds, the loss of family visits, the stripping of prison privileges, reveals the harsh reality of long-term incarceration. It's not just the prison walls that confine you. It's the slow, cold silence from the outside world that hurts most. And for Josh, that silence is growing louder by the day. Whether this latest development will push Anna to finally break ties for good remains to be seen. Whether Jim, Bob, and Michelle will publicly or privately acknowledge the downfall of their eldest son is also unknown. But what is certain is this: Josh Duggar's grip on control, both inside prison and out, is slipping. And the reduction of his commissary access may be the final straw that breaks whatever illusion of influence he still clings to. The sad truth? Josh Duggar is no longer the powerful, well-supported figure he once was. He's just inmate number 30338-009 now. And with no snacks, no perks, and dwindling communication, he's running out of lifelines fast. As always, we'll keep watching this story closely. Because if history tells us anything, the Duggar family saga is far from over. Hello, lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Christina. Hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.